there you are. You're in there, just relaxing. So, we'll see you soon, kid. Wave bye, mommy.
What's up, y'all? Back at it again with another video. And as y'all can see from the title, today's video is going to be a labor and delivery story time. And if you're new, don't forget to go ahead and pause the video and hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn on your post notification bell so you'll be notified every time we post a video. Alright, so we're going to get straight into it, y'all. My original due date was March 10th, but on March 8th, I had my last appointment with my OBGYN, and basically I'm gonna give y'all a rundown of like a couple weeks before. I had a scare where I thought I was going into labor, but I wasn't. I was just 1 centimeter dilated, and I stayed that way for a couple of weeks, all the way up until my very last appointment, which was 2 days before my due date. At this appointment, he just checked my cervix, and I was 2 centimeters dilated at this time. And he just looked at me and my husband, and he was like, "Do y'all want to have a baby tomorrow?" And I'm like, I know you ain't just asked me that. You ain't even have to ask me that. You know I want to have my baby tomorrow. Because the week prior, I was trying to get him to induce me, but he wouldn't do it. He was like, just wait it out 1 more week. I'm like, okay, whatever. So when he finally asked me, do I want to have a baby, I said, let's get on with the get on. Let's go. Let's wrap it up, because I want to see this kid. I want to know who he looks like, you know, if he has my eyes, if he got hair. I want to see my baby. So when he said that, I was super excited, and I'm like, yes, I do, because I strongly believe that if I did not get induced, Carter definitely would have went past 40 weeks. Hands down, I believe it, because I was 2 days ahead of my due date, and I was only 2 centimeters dilated. I just feel strongly in my heart my son was gonna take his time. So I said,
you know what? Let's speed up the process, baby. Yo, it is. I'm giving you your eviction notice. Let's go. All right.
So after he told me that news, I told him yes, and he gave me this little pamphlet on, you know, my induction date, my induction time, what to do. So I ended up calling the hospital that I was going to be delivering Carter at, and called the hospital and make sure they had available rooms. Since I wasn't going into active labor, you have to make sure that they have available rooms, you know. So they did, and they told me to call back in about an hour. I think it was about 6 o'clock when I called them. So they told me to call back in an hour and to basically get my stuff ready to go. So after I called them, I was actually on the phone with our parents, and we basically told them, you know, we're about to get induced, we're about to have this baby. And everybody was just so excited. We were so excited. I actually ended up crying in the car, because I was just like, wow, like, I'm really pregnant. I'm really about to have a baby. And like, we're really about to be a family of 3. So it was emotional, because I'm like, wow, this will be, you know, the last time we leave the house as a family of 3, you know. The last time it's just me and you. So it was emotional. I was more happy than anything though, and very excited. So we got home after calling everybody, and I actually ended up packing my hospital bag that day. I waited up until the very last minute. I actually had everything that I needed for my hospital bag in my notes already. Like I was searching on YouTube, just everything, asking around. So what did you need at the hospital? Da 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 da. So I knew that I had everything that I needed. So everything that I needed was already in my notes. It was already taken out. It just wasn't organized in my suitcase. Yes, I brought a suitcase, y'all. But anyway, so we packed that and we had to wait around for a couple of hours because I had my appointment at I think 11, and we had to wait all the way up until 7 o'clock. So we're just doing the last things, you know, tidying up the house, our finishing touches on the house, because you know when you have a baby, you want your baby to come home to a clean environment. You don't want to have your baby and your house is still, you know, messy, or it's not top notch as it can be, because when you have that baby, they're taking over your world. You're not gonna have time to be washing clothes or, you know, cooking and cleaning stuff that you should have did before the baby came. You're not gonna have time like how you had before. So when we had the last bit of time that we was gonna have, we made sure we got right. Okay, we made it to the hospital 7 p.m. I was told them that I had a scheduled delivery, so they told me what floor and everything was on. Y'all, they didn't even give me a wheelchair, baby. I would have liked the wheelchair. Anyway, we got up into the floor. They took my weight and my blood pressure and everything, and they gave us a room. The room was actually pretty big. I really liked it. I was just chilling in bed, me and my husband. We were playing Uno, we were just talking, we were listening to music, watching TV, and as like the nurses, they kept checking on me, and they're looking at the monitor and they're like, do you not feel these contractions? And I'm just like, I don't feel anything. So update, it is currently, look at my watch, right? What time is it?
8:43.
It's currently 8:43, so I've had this, what is it called again? Pitocin for 10 minutes. I still don't feel a difference. I'm not gonna jinx that, but I may just be one of those women that don't feel contractions, honestly. I hope so. And I think my water broke because I don't know, I just feel a bunch of water. Well, water-like. So I don't know what it is. I'll ask the nurse when she comes back in. But yeah, that's just the update. I just want to update y'all on what's going on right now.
We're also about to play Uno.
Yeah, we're about to play Uno. Told y'all I'll give y'all some updates. Right now it's 10:11, so I've had this Pitocin in me for about 2 hours now. I'm not having like really bad contractions. Not that I know of anyway. I don't know how strong they're reading on this monitor, but I'm not really feeling anything. Feel some in my back, well, lower to my butt region, but it's nothing too much, nothing too major. So I'm about to head to sleep. So the next morning comes around, the next shift nurse is actually my favorite nurses like ever. They were the best. So they came and they just came in the room and they were shocked that I still was not feeling these contractions. They're watching my contractions on the monitor and they're like, are you sure you're not feeling this? And they're like, okay, you're not feeling these contractions. I think we need to break your water.
Oh God, please no!
So my OBGYN actually came in and he broke my water at 8:45 a.m. So you guys, from 8:32 p.m. all the way up until 8:45 a.m., I did not feel a thing. That's 12 hours. I did not feel a thing. But once he broke that water, baby, it was all the popping. I did end up getting the epidural only because I was doing research on the internet and my doctor was saying, you know, as a first-time mom, you may be in labor for, you know, a long time, hours upon hours upon hours. I've heard of people being in labor for 72 hours and I'm just like, no, that won't be me. So the pain was not unbearable at all. It was just the fact that I did not want to feel that for that long. God forbid if I was in labor for that long. Turns out I wasn't one of those people that labored for a long time. Anyway, after he gave me the first, well, yes, the first epidural, because I did end up getting two. Did end up getting two. The first one, he stuck me quite a bit of times trying to get the right spot. And I just knew it wasn't gonna work. I knew it wasn't gonna work. So he told me, you know, if it doesn't kick in, let me know so I can come in and give you a second dose and up it. So I'm like, okay. But let me also give props to the doctor that gave me the epidural. Like, I literally felt like my whole pregnancy, my labor experience was just everything that I've ever expected. And plus more. Like, what doctor you know pray for you before he give you the epidural? I knew after that, I just knew everything was gonna be okay, because constantly God always sends me signs and he's like, everything's gonna be okay. So I had nothing to worry about. I knew that it was gonna be smooth sailing, my baby was gonna be healthy. It's always just those little signs from God. Y'all get those? Comment down below if you get those little signs from God to tell you that everything's gonna be okay. So anyways, guys, he prayed for me, gave me that first epidural. It didn't work. That epidural actually made my contractions even worse. And at that point, I was just like, I already got the first dose. You might as well make your rounds and come back and give me the second one, so I don't feel much, you know. My plan was to go natural, but like I said, I didn't know if I was a person that labored for a long time. So he came back around for the second epidural at 2 p.m. And that one kicked my ass. I did not feel a thing, y'all. From my stomach down, numb. Let me tell you. Some people say they still feel their contractions with their epidural, but baby, he did it for me, because I didn't feel nothing at all. Nothing. They gave me the little peanut ball so my cervix can open up. I believe when they gave me the second epidural, I was at 7 centimeters, I believe. And within 3 hours, I got up to 10. And it was go time, y'all. I was so excited. Even right before I started pushing, I was still smiling. I was still making jokes with my husband. My mom was there and she's just like, wow, like, I have never seen this. Like, you're just super calm, you know. The experience was just great. I had a great experience. Yeah, so I literally pushed about 6 pushes, and I say my son was here in less than 4 minutes. Hold on, y'all. The baby's crying. I'm back, y'all. Stinky Man clearly wanted to make his grand entrance. Say hi, Stinky Man. Hi, baby. Don't he look just like me, y'all? This twin, y'all. Hi. Say hi, YouTube. I'm the baby she's talking about in the video. Okay. All right, y'all. Like I was saying, yeah, I pushed about 6 pushes, and he was out in less than 5 minutes, I'll say. It was super short.
How's the epidural work?
Everybody does not get lucky like that.
First one, not so much.
He was actually,
Friends and family.
when they checked my cervix to see that I was 10 centimeters, his head was actually right at the opening. So I guess that's why it was so easy, because he was already down there. And then out came this little beautiful boy, healthy boy, my juicy fat man. I want to kiss him so bad, but I have on lip gloss. But yeah, y'all. It was the best feeling ever to see that he was healthy. He cried, so I knew, you know, he was strong. He had the loudest cry, and he still does to this day. So I knew he was gonna be a very strong baby. And I counted his little fingers and his toes. Yeah, baby. I counted his fingers and his toes, and you know, I was looking to his eyes, and they gave me my baby. They put him on my chest, and it was just amazing. My mom was there. I know it has to be great to be a mom and watch your daughter give birth. That's like a full circle moment. So my mom was so happy. My husband was so happy. I definitely cried. I'm definitely a crybaby, especially to big things like this. It was just amazing. And that is something I will never forget. And I know every mom remembers every single detail about her delivery. It's honestly something that you can't forget. It was so amazing, honestly, and I'm extremely blessed because those doctors and the nurses, they were amazing. I can honestly say that. Some moms say that it is hell, but I'm truly blessed to have had such an amazing experience. A lot of people even complain about the food at the hospital. Baby, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. That food was hidden, okay? My husband tasted some of my food. He went and got him some food and went back for another plate because the food was so good. I don't know who they had in that kitchen, but ain't nobody tell them to throw down like that. And I give props to my hospital because they threw down. They threw down. You know, it reminded me of if your auntie don't have a little flap on her arm at the cookout. They ain't really cooking nothing. You heard me talking about food, huh? If your uncle don't have on them cookout flip-flops, he ain't really doing nothing. They was in that kitchen for sure. But yeah, you guys, there's one tip for y'all. You know your body better than anybody. Some nurses, I've heard of some stories where nurses will tell you you're not even in labor, you're having Braxton Hicks. You know your body better than anybody. So if you feel like you need to go to the hospital, go. And if you feel like you need a second opinion, sometimes we need a second opinion. Doctors and nurses don't know everything. So that is it for my labor and delivery story time. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm gonna go put Carter to sleep. You sleepy? I'm gonna go put Carter to sleep and see y'all next time. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all in the next video.
And there you are, Carter. Being taught how to feed from a bottle, really.
baby.
Look at those eyes.
You got it. Big boy.
And of course, we're watching basketball. So, you know, when you grow up to be an NBA star, you can say if you've been watching basketball all your life.
Probably did.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Hey, let me see those eyes.